All right, guys, thank you both so much. Leslie and Lars, it's a pleasure, as always. I want to bring you this. Trace Gallagher's got an update for us now on what we're hearing is a very dangerous car chase that he's been watching. This is just breaking out of Long Beach, California. Trace Gallagher, what do we know?
It's about the most dangerous one I've seen, Megan, in a long, long time. This guy has been going at speeds that are got to be surpassing 80, 90 miles per hour. He's on surface streets right now in Long Beach, driving a green Cherokee. This is a stolen car, and the cops have been on him because he's been on freeways. He's been on surface streets. He has been in and out of cars. He has almost hit that we've seen at least 5 different cars, Megan, and this thing has become dangerous. Remember, the pursuit policy of the Los Angeles Police Department is they pursue these guys on how much danger they pose to the public. I will tell you right now from watching this over the past 10 minutes, this guy is posing a great deal of danger to the public down there in Long Beach. We believe he is alone in this Grand Cherokee, but he's now on surface streets. The old saw used to be they go back to the areas they know because they're most comfortable and they believe they can get away from the cops there. We don't know where this guy's from. We know they've been following him long enough. They probably have his license plate number. They have probably tried to get contact with him on a cell phone if he has a cell phone. But right now, there is no stopping this guy as he makes his way in and around the streets of Long Beach. He's going, you can see him right there, kind of going up and down these humps. He's not stopping. And then he gets on the freeway and he blazes. He's been going the wrong way a couple of times. I mean, this guy is out of control, Megan. There's the cops now right there kind of trailing him.
Yeah, and you get a little bit more of a view inside the car window there, slightly, ever so slightly. It looks like all you can see is really looks like a white male. Trace, do we know, number one, look at this guy. Look at him zigzagging in and out of the traffic. Do we know, A, what got this thing started, what they suspected him of, or B, how long this has been going on?
This has been going on since about 5 minutes after the hour, Megan. Here, 10 o'clock on the West Coast, we know this guy is wanted for stealing that car. You saw him. He just bumped off the white. He bumped off the white van. He has been driving up and down sidewalks where pedestrians have had to jump out of the way. That's how dangerous this guy is. We're trying to get a beat on exactly where he is. There's no audio coming in from this feed. So it's kind of difficult for us to be in contact with the helicopter pilot because we're not getting any audio at all. We're right now on the phone with the LAPD. Long Beach had the chase at first. They gave way to LAPD. We believe he is now, as you can see the Chiron up there, is now out of Long Beach and in the Los Angeles area. Exactly where? We don't know. Exactly how much danger he poses, we do know, and it appears, Megan, to be significant.
Trace, how long do they keep this going before they consider the so-called pit maneuver where they tap the back of the car with the police car and try to bring it to a stop?
Well, they'd have to get close to him. I mean, right now they haven't gotten close to this guy at all, even when he slows down. You see this? I mean, that's been the scene now for the past 35 minutes. You can see he just lost the front bumper, and the reason he lost the front bumper is right before we came to air. He smashed into the back of a car, pushed it out of the way at a stoplight, and then kept going. And you can see that metal that just went behind him was the front bumper of this car. They will continue following him as long as it takes because clearly they want this guy. Now, when they can perform the pit maneuver, they have to be able to get him slowed down enough so they can either put those spike strips out on the road. I mean, they've got plenty of radio contact, right? So they clearly can get ahead of this guy if they know where he's going, but he's been very erratic, so you can't really tell which road he's planning to go on next. We're still waiting. Go ahead, Megan, talk. I'm going to get some information from LAPD. Michael, anything at all?
Yeah, but Trace is trying to find out. We're going to be joined shortly by a state trooper from California who can say, look at this guy. He has been completely reckless just based on what we've seen over the past 5-10 minutes. He shows no regard for the traffic signals, the stop signs. Look at him. Over the median, into oncoming traffic. It doesn't seem to care whatsoever that now it appears he's going the wrong way on a one-way. The flow of traffic for him is on the right, and now he is going on the left side of the street, which, according to the cars we just saw moments ago, we're heading towards him. And you can see the double line there in the middle of the road. We don't know what he did at this point other than he stole this car. Was that the initial crime that got police's attention? Don't know the answer to that. What we do know, according to Trace, is this chase has been going on since 5 after the hour. Look at him. What is he doing?
He's just the wrong way.
Back up the wrong way.
It's crazy.
Hitting a car up on the median, wrong way on a one-way street. We don't know whether this guy is on drugs, as they so often are, as we find out at the end of these chases. But he clearly has no regard for human life or safety. including perhaps his own. So he's been going 80 to 90 miles an hour, including on residential streets. He is still going the wrong way on a one-way street. All he needs to do is cross over the median to get going with the flow of traffic. He apparently refusing to do that. And Trace Gallagher, if you can answer, is there anything the police can do to ensure the safety of those coming at him? Do they go, look at this? Do they go and try to shut down this road? What do they do to these innocent people who have no idea this guy's coming?
We've seen a lot of these things, Megan. They simply don't have time to shut down the roads because they're not quite sure where he's going. You can see a couple of times when the helicopter has pulled back and the camera shot is wider that there are a number of units behind him, and there are also some vans and some police vehicles that have tried to get in front of him to lay down those spike strips. But it's almost impossible to tell where he's going next, so it's hard to kind of anticipate his next move. Now, we can tell you brought up a very good point, because we don't know if the stolen car is the primary offense this guy's wanted for. But keep in mind, California is a 3 strikes law, right? So a lot of these guys who are on their 3rd strike, they're doing this because they don't feel like they have a choice. They know that when they're caught, they're going to jail. They could go away for a very long time. And this is oftentimes their last moments of freedom, which is why they are so crazy about doing these types of car chases. We've never seen anybody get away. I mean, one time a guy pulled in front of a parking garage in Beverly Hills. He got away inside the mall for a short time, but they captured him. That's about as close as we have seen to somebody actually getting away.
And now this police car, he seems to be making a move of some sort, trying to get a little closer to this guy. He's been out of the picture. Now he's in the picture, Trace. I mean, when he's driving this erratically, this dangerously, do they go to the pit maneuver sooner than normal?
You go to it, but then again, you got to make sure that you have the safety of the police officer, and you can't do the pit maneuver when you're going at speeds of upwards 20, 35, 40 miles an hour right now. It needs to be down around 15, 20 miles an hour. They'll try and bump the car. Otherwise, you could have the officer involved in the ensuing traffic accident. You could have others involved in it, and you have to kind of weigh those risks, which is why, look, they'll follow this guy, and for the time being, they'll wait until he starts going at another high speed again, and then they'll be more aggressive in pursuing him. But you look at him, he hasn't stopped now.
No.
This is going on 42 minutes now, and this has been ongoing, and a number of times we have seen him pose major danger to people on the sidewalks, people on the roads, people driving the wrong way. You can see the shadows of the helicopter up there, Megan. We have 2 news helicopters. There are certainly police helicopters in the air as well.
I'm going to let you tap into that local information, which sometimes provides us with more details, as I've joined Standby Trace by Rick Robinson on the phone, who's a former West Virginia state trooper. Rick, thank you for being with us.
Hey, Megan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I got to pick up with you where I left off with Trace. I mean, when he's going this erratically, don't you do something sooner?
Sitting here watching this, Megan, I'll tell you, this guy is absolutely insane in the way that he's driving. And I listen to what you said and Trace said a minute ago. This man is dangerous. I'll tell you what, you can bet that supervisors are now thinking, do we need to roll up alongside this guy and shoot out the tires? That's something that we've actually never seen, but I've actually never seen anybody drive in such a crazy, what you mentioned just a few minutes ago, a willful, wanton disregard for the safety of others. This guy is dangerous. He's also parading. And we've seen this a number of times, where he's sending out a message. I'm a bad guy. Look at what I'm doing. I know I'm going to spend some time in jail or prison. I don't care. Look how tough I am. That's exactly what he's doing.
And when they have that kind of an attitude, Rick, it's even more dangerous for the police, because if his desire is to go out with a blaze of glory, that's dangerous not just for the pedestrians and the drivers around him, but most of all, perhaps, for the police officers chasing him.
Well, we've got to worry about our safety, because if something happens to us, then we're out of commission, and we actually become a part of the problem. So if you wreck yourself, then they're going to have to deal with that accident and continue the pursuit. So you've got this officer that's immediately behind. He's probably the officer who first spotted this guy. And I'm guessing that the officer immediately behind him would be the supervisor. He's the one that's kind of looking at the total picture and making these decisions. Now, the guy's driving. See, now that he's slowed down a little bit, and he's not driving on the wrong side of the road, and he's not up on the median, then you're starting to think, okay, how are we going to approach this? Do we maybe want to try a rolling roadblock? That's where you get in front of him and slow down. But I'm pretty confident that wouldn't get this guy stopped because of the way he's driving.
Yeah, I mean, he's driving on the right side of the road now, but he's been alternating alternating between the right and the wrong side throughout this 44-minute chase that we've been watching now, Trace, and now we. I want to pause for 1 minute because we're getting some details, and I just want to check what these latest wires are saying. Rick, stand by as I check the latest for us, and viewers, stand by with me for just a couple of seconds. Stand by with me for just a couple of seconds. All right, yeah, indeed. It's just as Trace told us, that this is a green Cherokee believed stolen by police, that it's almost hit 5 cars at least. We've seen at least that on the air together. They believe this is a sole driver. We saw with our own eyes it appears to be a white male, that he's been going up and down the sidewalks, crossing over the medians, that he has been, as Rick Robinson just put it, parading rather brazenly through the streets of Long Beach and Los Angeles. It seems almost daring the police to catch up with him and do something about it. And now you have to wonder what this guy's state of mind is. Trace Gallagher, I want to go back to you, and we'll bring in Rick again in a minute. But that's what you have to be concerned about, because even though it's easy for anchors sitting at their anchor desks to say, why don't they do the pit maneuver, I'm not the guy who has to put his life on the line to try to hit a car that's moving at sometimes 80, 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, and that's the truth, Meg. I mean, you look at this whole scene right now. We just found out that this guy is near the Lakewood Shopping Center north of Long Beach. He's approaching State Road. It's a very busy time of day. We're approaching about 10 minutes to 11. You're going to start to get into that lunchtime rush hour, and that's when things go, whoop, there goes the feed on this thing. Again, we had a couple of different chopper scenes.
Back.
One, our NNS affiliate, KABC, and it's back. There it goes. And we missed something there because, okay.
Spun out.
Yeah, and then you'll see it. You'll see the cops. They won't get close to this guy. They'll get behind their doors. They will point their guns at this guy, and then they will make sure that he gets out, gets down on the ground. We've seen this a number of times before. They're not going to approach him. They're going to try and stop this guy. See the guy who's making the U-turn? They don't want that guy to move either. They don't know if the guy's armed is the problem, Megan, because this is a stolen car. They're uncertain of exactly what this guy has in there. Clearly, he's desperate, which is why you can see all the police officers behind their doors until they find out exactly what his intentions are. They'll get him out, they'll get him on the ground, and they'll finish this thing once and for all.
And now they're saying, now just this latest update, the information obviously is fluid and we don't really know what it is we're watching, but now they say that they believe 2 people may be in the vehicle. And that they said the front driver's side tire is flat. That could have been what led to him, spinning out, which is what finally brought him to a stop. Now it looks like he's exited the vehicle, Trace. Are you seeing that too?
He's coming out.
We are seeing that. Now we're being told there might be 2 people. You said, Megan, 2 people in this car.
Yeah, there's no passengers.
There is 1 passenger. You see him get out. Then they'll call the passenger out. It's kind of a one-at-a-time thing to make sure they do this individually. They will watch him now. He's going right in the middle of the road. They'll tell him to get down. He will lay down, put his hands behind his back, and only then will police approach him and arrest this person who was driving so erratically. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a woman, Megan. This is a woman who was driving this car. We said white male.
Driving.
Apparently, I'm being told it was a woman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this was a woman driving. You see her get down. We've seen a bunch of these. We very seldom see women involved in these high-speed chases. We don't know who the passenger is yet, but the driver,
if any,
is a woman.
Yeah, this is so rare.
Yeah.
It's almost always a guy. We'll get the feedback in a second. There it is. Hold on. I'm watching it here on the side as you guys are watching it with me. But you can see, obviously, despite her defiance as she was going 90 miles an hour on pedestrian roadways against the flow of traffic, Trace, she's rather compliant now.
Yeah, she is. And there is 1 passenger. You see the passenger getting out, and I believe
like
that's another woman. Another woman. Wow. She will go down as close as they can get these 2 together. They'll get them down so they can go and arrest both of them.
And
wow.
let me just ask Rick Robinson. Do we still have Rick?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Rick. What are the police doing now? What's their next move? They get them to lie down, and then what?
It's interesting because what you want to do is have them turn around exactly like she's doing and have them walk backward, which I'm guessing is probably what they're going to do. She's not talking to the person who was driving the vehicle. They're telling her precisely what they want her to do. You want their back to you so that they can't see exactly where you are. Then they'll probably have her kneel down and then get on the ground. And it's a felony technique, and it's to keep you safe. Now they've got her walking backward. Now they'll probably have her kneel down. And it's really about the safest way that you can do it. Giving them direct orders. Now, there's also, as you remember, one of the officers, at least one cruiser that we saw on camera anyway, got in front, so you can see the front of them, that they're not pulling a gun out of their waistband, because that's one of the things you're always concerned about. But, boy, you're right. I have never seen one where there were two women in the vehicle. Typically, if there's a woman driving, the guy is driving her forward. He's screaming, do this, do that, and she's frightened, and maybe just as much involved. But I have never seen one with two women, especially driving in such a reckless disregard.
Yeah, it's got a Thelma and Louise feel to it. But look at them now, Rick. Different story. Once they actually catch you, different story. However, you can see the police moving over to the vehicle now that the women were driving. Obviously, they need to be concerned about what might be in the back seat or the trunk of that car.
Yeah. Exactly. That's always a concern. What happens, too, is sometimes you get distracted. You in essence, get tunnel vision, even though we're trained to see the big picture, to look around and always expect if you got two people you're looking at, there's at least one more, maybe several more that you don't see. But it is easy when you get so focused on something like that, because it is so deadly, so dangerous for a law enforcement officer, and you got to worry about everybody around. Because if they decide to pull their gun out and shoot, you've got to worry about where are their bullets going.
All right, now they're approaching the two women. So is that the protocol? Go first to the car, then to the suspects?
Well, you see, they had them contained right there. So the way they've done it, I don't know that I would say that that's the way you would always be done, but it was a good technique. It worked, and that's what counts.
You got to make sure there's not a third perpetrator, I guess, in the back of the car who's going to come after you once you try to effect the arrest.
And you also have to worry about, in some cases, and I don't think in this, though, because it didn't appear, there are other vehicles that are involved. And so you're focused on the one vehicle that these ladies were in, and they've got a friend someplace. There are officers occasionally you read about who have somebody pull over the side of the road, and their dirtbag buddy is somewhere down the road and hits the police officer and kills the police officer.
And before I let you go, Rick, I got to ask you, obviously it appears there may have been a stolen car involved here. What other charges are these two looking at now?
Well, almost everything that I can think of is a felony. Because you've evaded the pursuit, you've driven with, as we talked about, reckless disregard, and there's at least a dozen. But you got to be careful. One note: if you charge them in that shotgun effect with absolutely everything they did, sometimes juries look at that as, what's the deal? You've got all these charges on them. Sometimes it's a smarter decision to pick the 1, 2, or 3 charges that are the strongest and go with those.
Well, let's be thankful that, at least from how it appears right now, they didn't kill or hurt anybody.
Thank God.
This obviously could have gone a lot worse. So congrats to the LAPD and the Long Beach Police Department for bringing this to a successful and peaceful end. Rick, thank you. Trace Gallagher, thank you.
You bet.